Kamusta mga camera geeks? Welcome to another awesome episode of Camera Geek TV. I'm Paolo.
And I'm Meg. Today, it's all about abstract photography.
Ano nga ba talaga ang abstract photography? What is its purpose? Ano ang mga techniques involved with this genre?
And why even bother creating abstract images?
So lahat ng mga yan and more, dito lang sa
Camera Geek TV.
Have your pictures printed at Tronics Imaging Center. Mabilis, maganda, mura. Over 150 branches nationwide. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/TronicsImagingCenter.
Alam mo ba, Paolo? According to Ron Bigelow, abstract photography can produce very dramatic images.
Yes, it takes a very special and different way of looking at the world to perceive those abstract photography opportunities.
At ang kagandahan with abstract photography, there is no standard or universal definition to it.
Yes, that's the beauty of it. There's no rules, and it's the way you perceive it. So, marami talagang abstract photography opportunities out there.
And ang kagandahan din with abstract photography, Pao, you can shoot almost anywhere.
Yup, that means the abstract photographer can take his photos right at his home or in the surrounding neighborhood.
Meron tatlong essentials to abstract photography: form, color, and curves.
Form refers to the shape of the objects in an image. Yung color naman grabs the attention of the viewers and stimulates the viewer's perceptual system. Curves, on the other hand, add interest to an abstract image.
Kilalanin natin si Tito Mai Delgado, isa sa pinakamagaling na abstract photographer dito sa ating bansa.
As the finest abstract artist in the Philippines, and probably one of the best practitioners of the art in the world, Delgado is able to make the most mundane objects seem sublime and profound. Delgado has practiced the medium of digital art since the age of 14, and for decades showcased a plethora of subjects: landscapes, seascapes, genre scenes taken from persons from cultures all around the world. Of all these subjects, he has chosen abstract expressionism as his favorite muse. With a handsome photography book entitled Poetic Images, a must-visit gallery, local and international exhibits planned for 2012, and the respect of his peers and the global art community alike, Delgado has garnered a loyal following to whom he happily stretches out his hand and welcomes into an uncharted universe of phenomenal abstract art and ideas that are truly all his own.
Abstract Impressionist art is perhaps one of the most demanding genres of photography. It requires a lot of experience in shoots and discernment on the topics and subjects that you take. Lots of patterns and colors and shapes, and putting them all together to put a beautiful photograph. And I think that it requires a lot of inside thinking, where before you shoot, you actually have to see the photograph or the subject first, and then you internalize it, and then you express it through your camera. That, I think, is very, very challenging. What I find is if you have an eye for an abstract image, you can shoot anywhere, anytime, or around wherever you go. And there are many, many subjects to shoot. Yung nga lang, medyo mahirap kasi hahanapin mo yung angle, how the light falls on the subject. Madaming cheche-bureche. But other than that, it's really fun. Abstract art is something that a lot of people think, why do you shoot that? Because it doesn't say anything. There's no story to it. But abstract art is really basically an impression of a subject. It's very, very internal. It's very, very personal. And I think every artist should express themselves through their art. It's very important that when you are shooting abstract, you have to think outside the box. You don't have to be very sharp in your focus. You don't have to have a very still camera when you're shooting, and you don't have to take the whole subject. You can take a portion of a subject and still come out with something really, really beautiful. I do a lot of reading and looking at the works of other abstract artists who influences the way I see things. There are hundreds of other subjects that are around you that you can photograph, and you focus on the detail and you look at the light, you look at the shape, and if it appeals to you, shoot it. And over time, you will learn how to discern what's a good shot, what's a good abstract shot. Some of my shots are accidental. It's because I go out of the box, I experiment, and I go beyond what I know. And sometimes it just comes out so beautiful, like some of these works here, and they're just out of curiosity, out of experimentation. All you got to do is have an imagination and shoot beautiful, beautiful subjects that are just lying around you. They're just all over the place. Photography as an art goes beyond just holding a camera, pointing it at a subject and shooting. It requires a lot of internalizing, and it requires a lot of experience in seeing the light, in seeing the patterns, in seeing composition the way it should be. What makes abstract photography difficult is because it doesn't really have rules. It's kind of like jazz. In jazz, the musician plays the tune first, and when he gets to the middle of the recording, he improvises his notes and introduces flats and sharps. Abstract photography is similar, where yes, there is a subject matter like a person, a flower, a landscape, but abstract photography goes beyond that. It goes into something, into a realm that is just very, very personal, very, very internal. At the same time, you cannot lose aesthetic. I'm always after the wow factor. I'm always after the gulat, you know, ay, ang ganda niyan. And when I hear that, I get more inspired to shoot more.
Have your pictures printed at Tronics Imaging Center. Mabilis, maganda, mura. Over 150 branches nationwide. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Tronics Imaging Center.
My advice to all photographers is you just keep on shooting. Never mind if you commit many mistakes. It is from these mistakes that you even get better. You learn how to shoot, compose, get the right apertures, the right shutter speed through experimentation, through experience. And you just can't be a great master of photography in a very short period of time. It takes a lot of practice, and the photography can be relatively inexpensive because you just use flashcards instead of film. Then there's no reason why you shouldn't go out there and shoot. So just keep on shooting as much as you can, and over time you will just get better. Another thing I would advise budding photographers is, as much as you can, look at the works of other photographers. Photographers who have done well, photographers who are well known. When you go to a bookstore, go straight to where they sell coffee table books. Look at the works of other photographers. Imbibe their compositional talents, their eye. And after a while, you're like a computer. You learn how to photograph the way the masters photograph, and then you eventually become your own master, and you get recognized for your own work. One last thing, you gotta have a passion for it. Passion for photography is what differentiates just a shooter of events, a tourist type photographer, as opposed to a master of photographer. You have to have the passion, and if you have the passion, then that's a very good start, and you will, without being told, you will just shoot and shoot and shoot. So that's where it is. Your passion, practice, and reading and seeing other people's works. I'm Mai Delgado, and you're watching Camera Geek TV.